right, Corby, I'm here today with you because you agreed to get line burn with some line burning questions, bro.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Thank you again for everything that you're doing.
I appreciate you having me.
Describe your first real project. How did it go, and what did it teach you?
My first real project it's hard to describe my first real project. I would do a fireplace here or an accent wall there, but it wasn't until I did my first home. Walk into a home and you're doing all the walls, ceilings, everything. Long time ago, back in, had to have been early 2000s, 6, 7, somewhere around there. Really excited. We got this house. We're gonna go in there and do it. Wow. was I humbled real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, technically it turned out fine. Okay. You know, I'm sure if I went back and looked at it now, I'd be like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But it turned out okay, but it humbled me. It humbled me, and it taught me that this is something that you cannot rush. You have to follow the process or everything goes awry.
Right.
Everything. And you end up spending 3 times as much money and time on a project than you should if you try to skip a step.
Yeah.
So it was humbling. Yeah.
The first project is always the scariest one, for sure.
Always.
Scary. How do you handle pressure when you're on a high-end job with tight deadlines and high expectations?
When you're on high-end jobs, there are always high expectations, deadlines that you have to meet. You know, for me, it's trusting in my preparation experience in those. It takes time, but trusting in your preparation, your knowledge, your, how do I put it?
Your expertise.
Just your system that you have in place. And if you follow your system that you have in place and you are prepared, then things usually work out.
What would you consider one of your most difficult projects that you've done?
Difficult? They're all difficult.
Or let's just say the most stressful. I see you smiling. You got one in mind. Right?
I have many in mind.
Right.
That's the thing. I'm trying to pick which one. Anytime you're on a high-end job, they're all just so stressful. Man, I don't think I can pick out one. A lot of the commercial projects, the high-end commercial projects and restaurants, a lot of hotels I've done downtown and in Hollywood, big hotels, big hospitality groups. Those are stressful. Well, it's like today, I was telling you this hotel we have that we're doing on Sunset.
Right.
There's architects, designers, owners, contractors, all coming from all over the world. London, Spain, France. They all are coming in this week, tomorrow actually, and we had to go do a sample on the wall.
So all these people are collaborating just on one project.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's stressful.
Scotland and Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. Bro. And you have to sit down and meet with them and say, they say, this is what we're going for, and you've got to produce, you know?
Yeah. If you had to teach a Venetian plaster, someone who's just beginning, right, in the industry, and you had to teach it to them in one day, what would be your first lesson?
Patience and discipline. That's more than physical skill.
Right.
To have that patience and discipline and know when to apply and when to stop applying, when to burnish, when not to burnish. In one day, it's hard. Anybody can throw mud on the wall. It takes discipline. Patience is the biggest thing. Don't rush.
All right, let's
and don't also also don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're going to happen on every job.
Right.
Pretty much every job.
Yeah.
Expect mistakes.
Yeah, expect it. What is your favorite part of the process?
Well, my favorite part, applying the plaster. Applying has always been my favorite, always. And also after the project is done, seeing the results. That's my favorite. There's a lot of things I hate, you know, masking, taping, priming, you know, sanding, whatever you have to do, all that, washing, mixing, hate that. But if you put me on the wall, I'm comfortable on the wall.
Yeah.
And then I love to sit back and see the result.
Let's kind of change the tone a little bit. You ready?
Yeah, I hope so.
So if Venetian plaster had a voice, what story do you think it would tell?
It would tell a story of discipline and pride. The Venetian plaster lasts for centuries. And I feel like the older it gets, the more deeper that story becomes. It shows the intent and the passion that somebody had in creating that. The more it ages, the more it patinas. That story is kind of always ongoing, endless.
Yeah, like a fire that got started and never stopped.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get a little personal. Yeah. If you could teach one thing to the next generation of Venetian plasterers or anyone that wants to get into the industry, what would it be?
Respect the craft. It's not a trade. It's not a job. To me, you can paint, you can drywall, you can do plumbing. This feels closer to architecture than a trade to me, and just respect that.
What's one piece of advice that you would give your younger self when you first started this craft?
Slow down. Slow down.
Yeah. Would you have taken it though? Would you have taken the advice?
No,
That's another question.
no, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have taken it either.
Hell no, I'm going guns blazing. You know,
Me
just
too, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's different now, right?
Slow
Now
down.
we're a little older.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you had a chance to invent a plaster, if your plaster were to have a soundtrack, what kind of music would it be?
Oh man, that's a difficult one.
I know it wouldn't be classical.
No, it wouldn't be classical.
Knowing you, I know it wouldn't be classical.
I'm a hip hop guy. I like hip hop.
I know.
You know, a mixture of pop and hip hop
Yeah.
for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Mhm.
When someone's watching you while you're doing your work, what do you wish that they understood about the skills and patience and discipline behind it?
I just think in the back of my head, you know, this looks effortless, but trust me, it's difficult. What we do is, it's not something you can visually learn, watch somebody do it. You have to physically do it. It's more about a feel for the mud, the material, how it's drying, how it's setting up, and know when to hit it. A lot of people are like, oh, he just spread some mud on the wall and came back and hit it with the trowel.
Right.
No, that's not how it is. Oh, he came back 10 minutes later. No, sometimes you have to wait an hour. Sometimes you have to wait 2 minutes.
Right.
It just depends. It's a feel. It's not something you can visually learn. You can watch somebody and see their steps they took, but when you're actually doing it yourself, there's so many factors involved. Environmental factors, different products, how they set up. It's not effortless, that's
Right.
for sure.
Right.
But that's what I like, the challenge.
Yeah.
The challenge.
What advice would you give someone that's starting out, right? That's
Mhm.
that's maybe thinking about it, because there's a lot of individuals right now that are really good, that are giving classes, masters at Venetian Plaster, they're giving out classes. Obviously, you got to pay a fee. What kind of advice would you give them?
You're going to make mistakes. Those are inevitable. What you learn from those mistakes is probably more valuable than what your skill or knowledge of the product that you're working. Knowing what you can't do, I feel, teaches you a better lesson than knowing what you can. It takes a lot of experience, a lot of mistakes to master this. I don't call me a master because
I
I'm
call you a
constantly
master, yeah.
learning.
You are a master at Venetian Plaster.
You are a master.
We're both masters.
It takes years of
Yeah,
work,
it
years
does.
of experience, years
Lots of
of
mistakes,
failure
yes.
before you understand and really truly understand how it works.
So would you say that humility has been a key for you
Yeah,
to understand, right?
definitely.
Yeah.
You have to humble yourself. Nowadays seems like it's more competition, cutthroat, and you know, why are you using those guys? And why are you they
Yeah.
look at the way they do it.
Or don't use this product.
Yeah,
Don't
why are
use
you
that.
using that? Yeah, this one's better. No, everybody's different. This is a craft. It doesn't need to be that way, you know?
How do you feel seeing such a large scale of productivity? I mean, there's a lot of people right now that are pushing the Venetian Plaster. There's bloggers posting, Venetian Plaster videos everywhere. And I know you're not a really big.
No, I'm not.
I know you're not.
Social media for me is foreign language.
Yeah.
I've never.
And just for
liked
the
it.
record, guy, Corby Facer, he's had an Instagram account, but he's never ever posted anything. He's been in the business over 20 years, never really posted anything.
I've done no marketing.
No marketing
Whatsoever. It's all word of mouth.
And same here. We just literally just opened up an Instagram account just a couple years.
Yeah.
And I got on the scene just to kind of learn the scene. And our goal is to do this, to bring attention to guys like you, to bring light to the importance of what it is that you're doing. So thank you, Corby. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to pass on that fire. Continue to line burn the people that
I'm line burning the next.
yeah, you line burn the next, buddy. And then when you line burn them, they'll teach someone else and line burn them. And that's just how it's been for thousands of years.
Yeah.
We want to continue that tradition.
Yeah.
So again, thank you for taking this time to be with us tonight in this beautiful evening. Look at that sky.
Isn't it nice?
Look at that
Wow.
sky.
Hollywood Hills.
North Hollywood Hills. Well, this is Hollywood Hills.
That's Hollywood Hills,
That's
yeah.
Hollywood Hills.
Beautiful day today.